Good evening, Twitch, and welcome to an amazing beginning series known as Overwatch Circuit Series. As always and forever, your favorite host, JB the Lion, along here with my favorite co-host, Leon Beat Cali Effect Brown. He's not only a YouTuber of over 20,000 subscribers, he's also won over 2 world championships in Yu-Gi-Oh! And also a great DPS at Overwatch player himself. How are you doing today, my friend, Cali Effect?
Where are you getting all of this from? It's awesome. I love your enthusiasm. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really do. And I just want to point out that, again, don't try to give me everything. You know you're a great player yourself, but I'm doing great. I hope that this match is going to be great. It looks like both teams are set up. Let's see where this defense of Panic is going to start off, because it's going to be very interesting to see how they play it. What do you think is going to go down? What do you think is going to be the best bet for Panic?
I'm checking out their squad right now. It looks like they're all kind of doing their mains. You know, we have Taman, who's a very decent Ana. I think it's Trastion. Oh, Taman, right? That's Trastion. Sorry. Yeah, he's a pretty good Ana. Lopez, actually, we have Lopez going in the Mercy slot, which is usually Dapper. They're usually switched. Dapper is usually more of the Mercy, the main healer, and Lopez is kind of more of the Diva. But I mean, they talked it out, and they want to try to do something like that. I feel like Dapper would be the better option at Mercy, especially against a team that they never really played before. This is a brand new league. We don't have all this information on everybody yet,
Yeah, Dapper is definitely, or my apologies, but Dapper is definitely one of the best Mercy on Team Panic. So it's really interesting to see her play Diva. But it looks like she's already stealing that high ground, going to Team Trastion squad. It looks like they're going to start off with a Widowmaker, trying to get some picks out, a Moira, a Diva, a Brigida, and it looks like they're going to be trying to do some damage. Moira's going to go ahead and throw in that damage orb, and it looks like from the side, Junkrat's going to steal that left side high ground, trying to get some damage in there, and the defense is not giving up, being very frivolous with their area. The defense is definitely keeping up their space. What do you think could happen to break this stalemate?
Well, I think one thing that might work is, unfortunately, Lopez Angel, playing with him in past comps and all that, he has a penchant of kind of putting himself in a bad situation. So we're gonna. I think what we're really going there. I think what we'll see go on here is the moment he kind of puts himself in that bad situation, he gets killed, might just turn the tide in Trashion's favor. But right now, we're having. It looks like they're pushing decently. They're right in the choke, basically how it should be. We have Widowmaker doing her work. We saw Chaos. Reinhardt just take out Lopez at Mercy, so that's gonna be a big deal. They're pushing down the choke.
That is a huge deal, and it looks like their Widowmaker isn't terribly bad. Still staying alive. Diva's not contesting that high ground. It looks like this game is going to be a fight that Panic is going to lose, and it's very unfortunate. Epic Valley pinned up into a hole. Majack's going down to revive with Lopez, and he gets it through. What is going on here, guys? This 6v6 is still going on. The hammer down for Epic Valley again, and then follow up. Oh my! This looks like it's over.
Yep, and a call lessons just to kind of, top it off, just to kind of that extra hitting just in case someone had something. I mean, Diva could have came in with, it gets sniped. Lopez gets sniped right off the bat, right off that second point. And
somebody's going to have to, oh my god! Mr. Lee Phantomore is popping off with these snipe kills. Somebody's going to have to contest him for the high ground.
Yeah, it looks like, I'm not seeing anyone who really, Diva has the ability to, but, I don't see her doing that.
Yeah, I don't see Diva contesting the high ground at all.
And like I said, maybe, you've seen, and Carlos takes out the Widowmaker, nice.
Okay.
Carlos, more of the pure DPS guy, he can kind of fill that role as needed, but he also needs to learn, stay with the team and shoot. He's actually in a good spot where he's at right now, kind of in the high ground, a little bit behind, because, now that patch went through with McCree having that extended range, and the hammer down gets negated.
It gets two. It's basically a hammer down for nothing. You're completely correct. Dapper not necessarily getting in a fight she wants to be. Going against a Brigida and a Reinhardt is definitely something you don't want to do. And it looks like she's going to get pinned anyways. And it looks like Trastion squad is going to take the next point. This looks like Gibrator just might not be the place that they want to be at.
Yeah, that was a misplace on the Devo. I'm not saying she should have maybe not used it, or maybe she could have put it somewhere different. But
huge misplay. it looks like she was just trying to get her mech back instead of getting value for the ult, thinking that the team fight wasn't over, but the team fight was very much over as soon as Lopez revived Epic Felly and traded the Mercy's life for a tank life. It's one thing that you don't want to do as a healer is to trade your life for anyone. Your resource is more valuable than any player in the game, and it looks like their fight's going to follow on the low ground again. I think this is something that the Panic team has a very hard problem with, is not only taking command at the high ground, but also being able to take that team fight because they have the high ground. Keep in mind, you're in defense, so you want that high ground. It's something that easily comes to you, but it looks like Team Trastion is definitely taking advantage of that and getting the high ground. Lopez with another risky.
And a nice. Yeah, I mean, he has intention to be very aggressive with Mercy. One thing I'm seeing right now is the difference in ults. We have one ult for Flash. We have 3 ults on Trashion's team waiting.
Okay, yeah, definitely. The ult economy is definitely different. Lopez getting off with some of the most riskiest ults ever. It's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. If Team Trastion is going to counter and probably try to pick off the Mercy before she can start getting off her ults, because Lopez definitely is putting himself in difficult situations. Here comes the Diva Bomb for nothing. Unfortunately, that Diva Engage doesn't get anything out of it, but it looks like Epic Felly has switched to a Winston. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's getting him much advantage. Riptire's coming, and Riptire's gonna get. Okay, nothing. Riptire for nothing either.
Dabber gets the mix on top though. One thing I am seeing though is Flash, playing the Tracer. It just seems that the Tracer in this against this comp isn't really working. I mean, you have, you can maybe try to harass the Widowmaker if you get to the high ground. Junkrat might be an option, but I mean, I just see everyone there who kind of counter that Tracer. I mean, I think maybe you should switch somebody out.
I 1000% agree, especially when you have a Brigitte on the board. It's almost like Brigitte is gonna nullify those dive characters exactly how it should be and make them all completely moot. So it looks like Flash is going to have to get off this Tracer in order to survive with that Brigitte running around.
Yeah, I mean, it's Flash is no more of a self-sustainer. And I know you have Tamon at Ana. Actually, no, you don't. You have Tamon at Moira now. I think even now more than ever, he's not gonna get any healing at all. I mean, he has more of the close range shooters. I know you have the orb with Moira, but it's just so slow. It doesn't really affect anything long range. It's more for bouncing off walls in between like the chokes and all that. I just feel like Flash in this situation isn't the best option. I'm not sure exactly who he maybe turn to. I mean, to be honest, I think a Junkrat would be the option. Maybe off. Yeah, Junkrat loves to go get Brigitte and Reinhardt.
Agreed.
That shield. Especially if you get over that shield onto maybe just tapping other players behind it. Just did enough damage to maybe get a pick from maybe the Diva. Diva the perfect example. She can get behind him, get that pick you've been doing damage to, and then get out.
Yeah, I think it's something that we actually came to see. We're in the 3-minute mark, or we're in the 2-minute mark now, but at the 3-minute mark, Panic is going to win their first team fight, and it seems like a bit of a hold. Panic being more of a clutch team, allowing themselves to basically dig down and grab a win when they needed most, and this is exactly where you probably need that win the most, is on the 3rd point. Now, the card could be halted for maybe 2 or 3 more team fights, and that could right there get you the victory that Panic so desperately needs right now. But it looks like Soul Guardian's gonna pop his ult, giving him coalescence, getting rid of the Diva, and then Diva Mech's gonna activate for anything.
No shit! Wow, that was a smooth move. Oh, there goes the Lopez engine getting sniped again. Epic Felly doing a nice little shield down right there
at the last second.
Yep. So it looks like this one on this. Now, right now, you're seeing the ult economy a little bit more on Panic side. I'm seeing 5 ults, 2 ults.
To just Widowmaker and Reinhardt. This actually does look really good for Panic, but are they holding their ults for too long? It looks like they'll have maybe 2 team fights to decide if they're going to use their ults or not. And if they can deny Team Trashion's ults, then this might be a game that they want or will get in their favor.
45 seconds left. We'll see. I mean, that Reinhardt ult, man, it can just by itself can shift the game. And
agreed. Here comes that sound. Here comes that sound going for the Winston. Not getting anybody, getting Lopez the Mercy. That is pretty nasty, and it looks like Team Trastion is going to go ahead and start to engage. Winston already losing. He's going to pop his ult. Ults are going to get exchanged. Reinhardt's going to go all the way behind. We already see a hammer down coming up, but not before he tries to take out Carlos. It looks like they're going to have perfect execution, and this game just might be over. Hammer down for nothing, and Lopez is going to get another risky revive. Moira's going to go ahead and pop its ult, but it doesn't matter. It's going to get negated. And it looks like Team Trastion is going to take it.
And did you see that snipe at the end on Lopez in midair while ulting? Oh my goodness.
Somebody has to contest that Widowmaker. I agree. Someone has to contest that Widowmaker. It's going to be really interesting to see how this is going to pan out.
No, I'm not in their game, so I can't really tell. But it felt like no one communicated on that Devo. It just seems like everyone is kind of, oh, there's a Devo. Is anyone gonna say anything? No, okay. And Timon, you got your second heater with Timon. And after that, I mean, nobody got away, but he just got. Yeah, it put him in the position where he had to fly high, come, and then on the defense, very slower than the accent. He has easy snipe. There's an easy snipe for
agreed. I mean, agreed.
That's thanks for this gift. Like
Lopez is definitely putting himself in spots that are just not beneficial for the team at all. And
now we're seeing that switch between Dapper and Lopez, which I honestly, that might be the difference maker.
This might be the thing. Because we've seen Lopez play some good diva play. The problem with it is the fact that he wants to res in those situations where resing might not be the best idea. And he's a really good diva though.
Yeah, he's a really good diva. And they go to the Trastion squad. Pretty much going with the same looking comp. They finished with the last game. They looked like they had a Mercy and no, they didn't have Mercy. They did have a Zenyatta. They did have the Diva. They had the Reinhardt and the Widow.
It looks like they have a surprise pick in May.
Yeah, we're gonna see that one.
May I say that this might be a little more of an interesting game with May?
Oh wow, okay, got it. But you know, I mean, I know May didn't the pick right now in comp, but the fact that she can out-snipe a Widowmaker, and she literally has no drop-off damage on Icicle anymore.
Agree.
You know, the same damage at 20 feet, they're at 400 feet. So.
Exactly. I think that May is an extremely good pick with her new buff. I don't want to say that she's a throw pick anymore. I think that she's very viable, but we're going to see if she's really viable on Watchpoint Gibrator, because she's more used on control maps than anything. It looks like Epic Fella is going to start off initiating with his main tank, and they're going to exchange some blows between both Reinhardts. Flame...
Flash was trying to go for the flank on the outside, and he got demolished by the...
Gets demolished, completely demolished. Both of the Reinhardts exchanging flame strikes is going to be very interesting to see, and a flash to hammer on Reinhardt, but doesn't get any value out of it. It looks like they're just mindlessly shooting a little bit. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work out. Now, Moira is already dead as well.
Yeah, Athena was easy. They're in the flash onto Zenyatta, exactly what I was hoping he would do. Because that Zenyatta's EV, and then that Widowmaker is also, you know, right for the picking as well. Picking out two, exactly what you need to do. At this point,
it looks like Timon is lagging.
And there goes Timon. Otherwise known as Goodwill for his internet connection.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Timon is definitely lagging. He's back into this game. And we know that Timon isn't really great on Moira, so it's really interesting to see how he responds with being Moira for this entire game. I think that his Ana play is actually really well. He just has to learn how to place those sleep darts. And that just shows the inexperience for the Moira. Look at that I'm sorry, not the Discord orb. Actually, it actually picks off the Zenyatta. So what can I say about that?
Hammer down.
And it looks like Team Panic is making a run for this.
They need to get a Diva, and they were fair now. I want to say about having a fair on the other team. Panic is known. They're absolutely known. Oh, and actually took out the fair. Nice. They're known for not being able to handle fairs, but we're going to see if
I think
usually good.
I think that Panic is definitely one of those picks or one of those teams that doesn't handle well to skill checks. You're correct. Players like Pharah, players like High Ground Soldier, players like Reaper, they don't really handle well for us because sometimes it's just a little bit of adjusting and they don't seem to make those adjustments in time. Now, we got Ron Ramon in the front ground as a McCree, and we already know how that works. Ron Ramon is a little bit one of those what you would like to call Odell Beckham Jr. in this league, if that's a good way to put it. It looks like the Diva Bomb is going to get both killers. This fight's already lost.
Pretty much. Ron Ramon being a little bit too arrogant on that one. He wanted that Diva before the bomb went off. He actually had the stun on her, but got killed by the Junkrat trap on the floor. But I'm looking at their comp now. They switched to it on the Trastion. They have the bats. They have the Reaper and the Junkrat now.
Oh, sweet. Looks like they're going to command space with the Reaper and the Junkrat.
Yeah, Reaper's not... I mean, there we go. There we go. He's moving to a perfect spot. Exactly what I would do. He was being targeted by the... He was being targeted by somebody, but he got away. Yeah, I want to see exactly what they do now, because now that Reaper kind of has the high ground and he can get behind him, I want to see what they do to counter that.
I just want to point out that the enemy's not the enemy, I'm sorry, the Trashion's Reinhardt, the defense Reinhardt has gotten almost every single fire strike off. That's definitely going to equate to more hammer downs and more clutch kills. I definitely think that's going to happen.
And then the fact that they switched to a Junkrat is basically a check for that Reinhardt.
Agreed.
In the back end. Now, honestly, the switch to Junkrat is probably honestly them saying, "Oh, we don't really respect that. We don't really respect Slash and Tracer because Tracer is like easy for Tracer
an easy
against Junkrat. It's easy pick. But I just think that Slash isn't getting around like he's supposed to. He's not diving like he's supposed to. He's kind of being stalled to stay kind of in the mid section where you don't really want to Tracer. Tracer doesn't have that range. So
and it looks like this fight is already lost as well.
Yeah, this choke, it looks like they can't get past choke. That, you know, Junkrat's and chokes, man. If he's putting it, all you do is kind of put it kind of on you, and you're taking damage.
Somebody needs to check these counters, and that's something that Team Panic definitely is having a trouble with. Another character is Junkrat, not Pharah, not Reaper this time, but Junkrat having a skill check, and it looks like Ron Ramon's going to switch from McCree to Soldier now. Is he going to grab that high ground and take advantage?
Watch his Reaper on the ult. Watch his Reaper on the ult. Look exactly where he's at. He's gonna. I think he's maybe waiting for that.
Oh man. Oh man. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. Oh no, it looks like he's just gonna get away with his life.
I think maybe he was trying to get away. Maybe he's waiting for that. I think maybe he could have waited. Talk to his teammate and say, "Hey, Junkrat, focus that Ryan shield. Focus that Ryan shield. I can get in there and do some damage."
Oh, it looks like Hammer Down's gonna get the 3. Reinhardt's gonna go ahead and Reinhardt, but it looks like Reaper is gonna ult. He's gonna go ahead and grab the Mercy. It looks like Team Panic doesn't know what it's like to protect their healers. Protect your damn healers, especially your Mercy, or you're gonna pay for it.
I did see Nobin at least attempt to get in there with the defense matrix. A little bit too late, but he was able to finish off the Reaper. And here comes the Diva Bomb. It looks like he might get one. He does.
And the other healer. Again, it looks like this Team Panic has a hard time keeping sustained with their healers, making sure their healers stay alive, keeping themselves inside of the team fight. We already know once you lose your healers, this fight's pretty much guaranteed. They say that DPS is a very important part. Tanks are a very important part. Well, look at this. Every time a healer dies, Panic has lost. You need to keep your healers alive.
Dapper doesn't look to be having a nice little spot. Oh, that's Hammer Down, taking out 2. Oh, he gets killed on the default ball. Nice.
Oh, it looks like Epic Felly's gonna charge in there, get nothing out of it. Diva's gonna steal the high ground one more time. It does not look good. Lopez is gonna steal a kill on the Mercy.
Smart using the Transcendence.
It's a very smart thing. They have forced the Transcendence, but it looks like Epic Felly is gonna take this into his own hands, sacrificing his life to get some space for his team. Lopez is gonna go ahead and charge the other Diva, AT.
And here comes. And you're going to get destroyed. Nice. Slash doing the work on the Junkrat.
Okay.
Exactly what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. And Dapper is getting a very risky res off again.
Yeah, what I'm seeing too is they're not, you know, they're playing a good amount of tanks. If they easily switch to Reaper themselves, it'd be an easy little touches for them.
Agreed. It looks like Pumpkin Fox is going to take the high ground as Junkrat, getting some value, getting some damage, and actually picking off one of the player, Ron Ramos.
Now they have 2 on that. There we go. I'm hoping they can kill him. And they do. Thank goodness.
They actually get him.
I was surprised. I got surprised that one. They were coordinated on that one, but not coordinated enough.
Oh, look at the Sombra from behind. It's not going to look good. It's not going to look good, guys. You guys already know how I feel about Sombra. So looking at a Sombra, he's in a perfect position, biding his time, waiting for the perfect person to pick off. Is he going to do it correctly?
Can easily put the EMP with that Diva Bomb. Maybe after this one, wait for it.
Oh!
Wow,
getting both killers again. It looks like this team is excellent. This team, Trastion squad is excellent at destroying these healers, where Panic is just terrible at keeping them alive.
Yeah, that's crazy. Flash, you know, at least doing a little bit of damage work and taking out the Sombra, but I mean, there's still enough. We have 30 seconds left. There's enough time for goal pushing, taking out ult economy. It looks like Panic has the advantage in ult economy. We're going to see how they use it. Hopefully they can get something out of it. Post bomb, taking out 2. Post bomb, taking out Junkrat and the Zenyatta. Nice move by Flash. Modern one taking out 1. We have 6 to 2 now. 6 to 1.
It looks like Panic just might be able to get that. Can they stop the Rip Tire? Or are they going to get this? It looks like they just might. Oh my God! Team Panic with the comeback! Wow! Talk about clutch! You are correct! What just happened? Didn't even use every single one of their ults, but got the comeback that they need. Both teams have 1 minute remaining to capture this point right now. That is what I talk about clutch. What do you think about this, JB?
Well, I'm gonna go to say it all started with Flash, and they were kind of trashing him all game and stuff, not being able to get around. But honestly, I mean, it looks like it didn't matter if he was able to get around all game or not. In the last waning seconds, able to get behind, take out the Zenyatta, take out the Junkrat, and who actually had ult. And Carlos getting the pick, and then ulting to get more picks, and they would just team kill.
I agree. Ron Ramon getting a triple kill, Flash pulling out with the double kill. That definitely is the meaning of clutch. I have never seen something like it. Looks like they were losing the entire fight. While they might be moving, they weren't getting any real ground until those ultimates were popped. Double kill comes out, triple kill comes out, and it looks like we are forcing that overtime or that extra innings, as baseball players would say.
Looking at this comp, I'm gonna say Trastion squad has their advantage here. I mean, they have the anti-dive, they have the main healing, they have a Roadhog to you can power boost that Roadhog. They have the Junkrat to take care of their Reinhardt. I'm just seeing a lot of counters here against Panic.
Yeah, it looks like Team Trastion is really good at adjusting. They might be an older team, a team that has worked together for a little bit longer, because they have switched more characters than Team Panic, because maybe it's just Team Panic is really comfortable with what they have. I'm not 100% sure, but they've definitely got the overtime win, so can't really say nothing about that.
Moving to Doofus. Doofus is quite a curious pick. I'm not saying it's a bad pick. I'm not saying it's a very curious pick. You don't hear about Doofus pick nowadays. And a nice res by the Mercy on that one.
You know, with three of these picks, with the three of these changes, I've come to realize that they are literally checking Epic Felly. They switched from a Junkrat, they switched to a Sombra, they switched to so many different characters, and all of those have one thing in common. They check the Reinhardt. Now they have a Brigitte again, and they are trying their best to check this Reinhardt right here and right now, because I gotta give it to you, Epic Felly just might be one of the best tanks in the league. He definitely can do his job. He can create space. Does he have his flaws? Of course, everybody does. But it's one of those times where he just does his job extremely well. Doofus, and then there goes a hammer down, and it looks like he's going to take out the Mercy, and he's gonna try to get into the Roadhog. He's gonna sacrifice his life for the Roadhog, but it looks like Team Panic is moving this card.
This movement through the choke right now, the fact that they're not contesting was all Epic Felly. It literally started with him taking out the Reinhardt, taking out the Brigitte, hammer down, taking out, I look like the Mercy, then losing to the Roadhog, but easily
commanding the space.
Exactly, and doing enough damage to the Roadhog to allow Flash to come in and finish it off, make it, and then there we have the win.
Talk about getting off the point. Talk about so upsetting. It seems like the little mistakes, the small mistakes, the really, really minuscule mental mistakes is what's getting the Team Panic. They were all in the cart. They were inside of a fight that looked like could have been winnable, but they decided to get off the cart and lose. It seems like these self-afflicting wounds are destroying Team Panic. I think that they could have gotten to the second point. Who knows? Who knows? Because Panic shot themselves in the foot yet again.
And it looks like they're gonna be going pretty much the same comp again. I mean, I'm not. If you know what you're doing and you're comfortable with the certain comp, it's nice and all. When you have a team that is obviously switching comps and they know how to switch comps, I mean, there's got to be some kind of change.
You know,
plus, I mean, they have a.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, you're talking about.
No, maybe. Because we can't really say, we can say that yes, Panic should switch, but maybe they don't have enough heroes in the repertoire. Maybe they don't have enough players that they're comfortable with in this particular map. And hey, let's look at it. If you take away those mishaps, they have been playing pretty well. The ability to win in overtime, seriously, twice in overtime. The ability to take the cart from basically the beginning to almost the entire second point in overtime. You can't argue with the results that Panic has been making. It's just the little simple mistakes, the current miscues that have been destroying Panic.
I'm gonna give you a quick question here. What you think? Would you rather have a team that only has one or two heroes but plays them to perfection, or would you rather have a team that maybe has a little bit of off cues but has more of a hero repertoire within their comps?
Ooh, that's it's a hard question because you said they play them to perfection, correct?
Yes.
You know, the great thing about Overwatch is it almost doesn't matter what type of hero you play. It doesn't matter who you play. If you have a counter, you have a counter. And you can be countered relatively easily. But when you couple it with the fact that, again, you just said that you need, you know, the other players are decent, not great, but decent with what they have. It's a tough one.
Epic, yeah. I've seen that Doofus ult, but kind of in a choke. That Doofus
if they win this team fight, they win right now. If they lose this team fight, they could possibly lose the entire game. Dapper getting
there goes Dapper with the risky res.
That was an extremely risky res. That res might have costed them the entire game. It looks like the Team Panic is late to get to the point. It doesn't look like they're going to get there in time. No one's necessarily contesting.
Flash is still there. Flash is still there.
Okay, no, this is not looking good. And all the ults are going to be wasted right now. And the kills are going to be wasted. Oh, Epic Felly back on there. It looks like it's a 5v1, but Epic Felly is good at making comebacks. He's going to lose. Lopez Angel, and he's still on the point. He's going to go ahead and lose. The card's going to move forward. And, of course...
And a team killed basically came out in victory.
Team Trashion's going to get that W. Who got to play the game? Who do you think got played? Oh man,
it's probably that double kill he had at the end to win that second point.
This was definitely one of the most clutch moments in the game right now. Being able to eliminate both the Zenyatta and the Junkrat in one fell swoop, and then follow up and get some damage value on the Moira. Actually delete the Moira. That just has to be played again. You were correct.
Yeah, you're also able to get a massive damage on that D.Va. So it didn't kill her, but it put her below half. I mean, after that, you know, you had other DPS and other teammates for a reason. Easy kill.
Agreed. And we'll be right back after these messages.